Hello. I want to let you know right now that I'm working off of a script. I'm reading a script. You can't see it. It's gonna look like I'm kind of looking at you, but it's actually right there. There's a script. So anyway, I wanted to make a video today about this. If you follow me on anything, then you probably know me personally because I'm not famous. So if you follow me on YouTube, then chances are you also know me on Instagram and Facebook, enough to know that I've been posting frequently and suddenly not only on here, but on those other profiles as well. The posts I put up on all these sites are often rough and not overdeveloped, and that's not something I'm unaware of. Basically, at the end of last year, I came to God in a lot of ways. And at the same time, as with many Christians, I started to see a lot in the world that I didn't like, especially in the music industry. Now, I could say a lot about that, but I won't get into it. Luckily, I don't need to, because if you didn't believe that the music industry is totally ruled by Luciferianism before, luckily and predictably, we finally have the admission of that with Lil Nas X's video for Monero. I honestly love that video, and I think a lot of the satanic art that comes out is really fucking good and makes its statements in a really poignant way. So I guess I'm just not unlike Kanye or Chance the Rapper or some of these other artists that are trying to advocate for God and gospel in music. February 17th is the day that the storm which causes Noah's flood begins in the Bible. So out of some ritual of faith, I decided that I would commit to posting every day for the 40 days of Noah's storm beginning on that day. Essentially, this was all a prayer that I felt was supposed to make me the artist I wanted to be. And there's some other things to it, but I feel it truly worked. I can suddenly write more than one song in a day if I want to, and I'm a way better singer than I used to be. In other words, I'm prepared for another phase in my artistry. So while the content is definitely going to slow down, that's only because I'm through doing these daily posts. The boot camp is over, and now I'm going to do a lot more developing. I have Audacity, a great microphone, and a sick DSLR camera. My basic idea, and it's entirely a faith-based one, is that for the remaining 110 days of the flood, I'll continue this path of art, and at the end, I'll find that I'm in a new world different from the one I used to inhabit. I know it all sounds insane. That's honestly just the downside of trying to do a spiritual thing in the modern age. People just don't get it anymore. I can tell you that much of what I experienced in these 40 days surely connects to the idea of wickedness, at least being washed out of my world. For instance, I stopped smoking pot. Yep, that's right. I'm a stoner. I was high for pretty much all the videos you see on the various social media, and now I'm dropping it off as completely as possible. I took my whole drug kit and threw it in the dumpster, my pipes, my grinder, my weed, my papers, it's all gone. I know that without the drug, I'm always a better musician, and I consistently get a better response on the videos I film while sober. Basically, I feel like that's what the storm was there for. It was God's way of doing anything in his power to eliminate the drug from my life, and it worked. It was the wickedness which always acted as a backseat driver in my art, and now it's gone. I don't know how long that'll last because of patterns in the past, but this surely is the first time that I've stopped by my own decision, and I definitely feel like I learned enough from the places the weed took my mind. Also, if anyone wants to talk to me about their own issues with addiction, seriously, get a hold of me anywhere. I'll put all my socials in the description of this video. Anyway, just a few ending points before I close this off. I know my music often seems very evil, but I will say that the same reason I don't have a problem with the satanic art coming out these days is because it's clearly satanic. Like, Lil Nas defended his video by saying that Christians have always said he's going to hell, and now they're mad because he went there. That's honestly a great point. What's funny about this kind of art, and what the artists creating it don't get, is that they're condemning their own creations as satanic and evil and bad for humanity. With my art, when I write songs like Sin or Hardcore, both of which can be found on this channel, I'm attempting to clearly talk about sin in an open and honest way. I'm not concealing from you the real factors of sin and evil, nor am I glorifying the actions therein like other artists do. I figure that by exposing sin for what it really is, I do a Christian service to the world. And the last thing I wanted to say is why the comments are turned off on all my videos. I have my videos set to made for kids because I want children to hear my music, and that just makes comments turn off by default. There's a lot more I could talk about, but I make a real effort to say little and let the music speak for itself, so I'll end here. But if you have anything you want to talk about, literally anything at all, again, socials are in the description. I love you guys so much. I hope everyone gets in the habit of prayer and Bible reading, and I also hope you understand that sin is the thing that brings death into your life. And yeah, that's all the sins, even the politically incorrect ones. And I have way more of a right to say that than you know. Thanks, guys. Be ready for some much better content. It'll be really cool from here. Thanks.